It's a really simple question. So this question has given you an equation ax square plus bx plus c, the quadratic equation, and the sum of the roots is given to be plus 4. So the sum of the roots is when you have an equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c, then the sum of the roots of this equation, so it has two roots, let's just call them x1 and x2. So x1 plus x2, the sum of roots is given by minus b by a. So let's say you have an equation 2x square plus x plus 3, and then the sum of roots of this equation will be equal to minus b by a. So minus b is minus 1 here, and a is 2. So it will be minus half. And similarly, the product of roots is given by c by
C
a.
by A.
So this here will be 3 by 2. Here it's, and your a is given to be, okay, the sum of the roots is plus 4 and the product of the roots is minus 12. This is given to you. And so you've been given and you've been asked to find 4b plus 3c by a, which is the same as 4b by a and 3c by a. So b by a is given to be, the sum of the roots is given to be plus 4. So this is 4. And this thing is minus 12. So b by a will be minus 4. This thing will be 4 and minus 4. And then 3 and c by a is given to be minus 12. This is going to be minus 16 and minus 36. So this will give you
minus 42. 52.
52 it will give you. Is this fine with everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So let's move on to the next one. It's minus 52. Minus 52. Okay, let's move on to this question then. So this again is a very simple question. I don't think you guys need to try this one. So the slope of a parabola, the parabola is given to be 3x square minus 8x plus 5. And the point is given to be, let's just say the slope of a parabola is given to slope of this parabola at PQ is given to be 4. So for slope we know we do 2ax plus b, right? So this will give you 6x minus 8. So this is the slope. Slope at any point x. And at PQ it will be 6p minus 8, right? So at any random xy it is this, and at PQ it should be this. 6p minus 8 should be equal to 4 because it's given here that at PQ point your slope is 4. So you substitute PQ here. So in place of x you put p, and y is not there, so you don't have to put it. This should be 6p equals 12 and p should be equals to 2. So p is 2, and then you've been asked to, yeah, this is what you've been asked to find the value of p. This is done, and then this is another similar type of question where you've been given the same equation, I guess. Yeah, the same equation, and the slope is, and then you've been asked to find the sum of x coordinate and y coordinate. So it's the same question, right? But you've just, in this case, you've been asked to find the x coordinate and the y
1.
coordinate both.
1.
So x you got as,
Ma'am, 2. 2.
yeah, x we got as 2. And then for y, we just put 2 here. That's it.
3 into 4 minus 16 plus 5.
3 into 4 is 12 minus 16 plus 5. So it's
1.
1. So y is going to be 1. So your coordinate is 2, 1. This is y coordinate, this is x coordinate, and this is the point. Okay. if there's any doubt till this part, you can just ask, because I know I'm going really fast, but the
Ma'am,
questions
these
are
are very
really
easy
simple.
questions, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I'm not waiting for you people to do them. And then we have this question. So there, there's a situation given where there's a ball thrown off from the top of a building. The height of the ball in feet from the ground after t seconds is, so this is your height here, and this on the x-axis has been its t, and then after t seconds, the height is given by 2t square plus 4t plus 16. And this is the building. So uh, the foot of the building is at 0, 0. It's given to you. And then height of the ball from the ground, and it's thrown off from the top of this same building, somewhere from here. So it's thrown off from here, where the coordinate is of the form 0, comma y. And then you've been asked which of the following statements are true. So this is the parabola given to you. Let's just find the very basic things about this parabola. First thing that we need to find is, let's just find the vertex. So for the vertex, you do minus b by 2a, comma f of minus b by 2a, right? So minus b by 2a will give you minus 4, and then 2 and minus 2, so it's minus 4 again, it's 1, right? It'll give you 1. And this thing at 1, if this is your function ht, then h at, okay, I should have used h here. So h at 1 is going to be minus 2 plus 4 plus 16. So it's 20 minus 2, 18. So this should be the vertex of the parabola. And then second thing is,
How, ma'am? This is 1, 18. F minus 2 upon 2b is should be like 2.
Calculate the value of x and
calculation.
put in the equation of h.
Is there a calculation error? Otherwise, okay, you first you do this thing minus b by 2a. Compare this your b, a is minus 2, b is 4, and c is 16. So you put these values here in this equation. Minus b by 2a will give you 1, and h minus b by 2a. So if you put 1 in this equation, you'll get 18. Is it fine?
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. And the next thing that you can find about the parabola is it upward or a downward parabola? So it should be a downward parabola. That's the next thing. And the third thing is
Ma'am, we can also
y
find
y-intercept,
the y-intercept.
x-intercepts.
The y-intercept.
So the y-intercept is for y-intercept you
16.
put x equals to 0, so you or t equals to 0, so you will put t equals to 0 in this equation and you'll get 16. So your y-intercept is 16.
Ma'am, just asking one thing, y-intercept is just the constant value, no? Always.
Yeah, it's in the case of yeah, it's always a constant value, no matter what the function is.
जहाँ से बाल फेंकी गई है ना,
Yep.
Ma'am, no matter what is
And
the function, whether quadratic, cube, it's
yeah,
always the
it doesn't
y-intercept will be the
matter.
constant value.
Yeah,
It will
because
get
y-intercept is where this where your curve cuts the y-axis. That's it.
हाँ
That's your y-intercept.
जहाँ से बाल फेंकी गई t बराबर 0 पे, है ना मैम?
Yes. And then I think that's all we need to know about this parabola. So if we'll draw it, it will look like this thing. And if there's anything else, we can find it later. So it's thrown from here, and then it's like this. So the vertex is given to be 118. And this point is 0, 16. And then we can find the x-intercepts too, actually. I don't know if they've been asked about in the question, but Let's just find them too. So for x-intercepts, you need to solve this equation. And okay, let's just solve this equation here. So this is t square plus 2t equivalent to solving this equation. So you'll get minus b minus 2 plus minus 4 minus, okay, we've missed the sign here, minus t square, minus 4 and 8. So this is going to be plus. So it's 32 36 divided by 2. This is minus 2 plus minus, wait, 6
Root 28.
minus 2. This will be minus 1 plus minus 3. So it's minus 4 and 3 minus 1, 2. So these are the 2 points then.
Ma'am, I didn't get the equation part. Can you repeat this?
Which equation part?
Ma'am, how it is minus 1 plus
X
minus?
equation like minus
That
t
the
is
sign should change here. This will give you something else. So this will give you 4 and minus 2.
any equation like minus t square plus 2t plus 8 is equals to 0. How we solve this?
Okay, we've been given this equation minus 2t square plus 4t equals to 16. We need to find the value of t such that this becomes 0. This entire thing becomes 0. So we take 2 common from here and take it to the other side. Or you can just say divided by 2. So dividing both sides by 2. That's it. So you get this. You get minus t square plus 2t plus 8. And when you will divide 0 by 2, it will just give you 0. Make things, the calculation simpler, we've divided the whole equation by 2. That's it.
Ma'am,
Nothing
if
else.
we divided minus half, then ma'am,
Divide minus, are you talking about multiplying it with minus half?
yeah,
That works too.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you will get these 2 things. So here it will be,
This equation we have to solve as a quadratic
Ma'am, what did you
equation. We
say?
have to solve
What
this
works?
t square plus
What
2t
works,
plus
ma'am?
8.
There was
Can
one
we
constant.
solve it by the quadratic equation formula?
this is the quadratic formula. We've used the quadratic
Minus
formula,
b plus
minus b plus minus b square, b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is the quadratic formula only.
Okay, now.
So your x-intercept is going to be 2, 0 here. No, 4, 0. And here on this side, it's minus 2, 0. So this is the entire thing. This is how it looks like, the parabola. And then let's just come to our options. So the first option is the ball reaches its maximum height after 1 second. So after 1 second means your time starts when you throw the ball. So here it's 0. It's the time is taken on this side, right? On x-axis. So after 1 second, this is the height. So the height is going to be 80. Is it fine?
2 meter.
Because we've already done everything. We've
Ma'am,
already
can you
done
repeat? How
everything.
did
So
you find the height?
the ball reaches, the question is the ball reaches its maximum height after 1 second. So after the time that you're taking is on your x-axis, right? On x-axis you take time and on y-axis you take height. So this means after 118 is your vertex. That means after 1 second you reach the height 18 units, whatever it's given, 18 feet then. That's what this means, right? This is the maximum height. Maximum height is 18 feet and
Ma'am,
it's
but how do we
attained.
know the maximum height is 18? Ma'am, but how do
We
we know the
found it
maximum
here.
height is
No,
18? We have
that's
to
the
take the option.
vertex. That's the vertex. That's why we made this parabola.
Ma'am, but how did you find the vertex?
We did it here, right? This here.
Okay.
So this option is correct. Does anyone have a doubt in why this option is correct? A.
Ma'am, time is in an
What?
axis, so we consider one. Time x axis पे दिया गया, that's why we consider one is time.
Yes.
और
1
time
second.
किसमें,
Yes.
मिनट में, सेकंड में है, किसमें है?
It's in seconds, right? It's given here. T seconds.
Okay.
Okay. And then
So
second
as
one. Yes.
ma'am, I have a dot like x comma y is 1 comma 18 vertex. So after 1 second, the ball reaches 18 height. So the maximum height is received by after 1 second, right?
Yes. Because your vertex is 1 comma 18. So that's the maximum attainable height. You cannot go beyond this height, right? That's why your
Okay,
maximum height is 18 and it's attained at the time t equals to 1 seconds. So first option is correct. And then second one is, this is the second option. The height of the building is 16 feet. So we've made this thing here. This is true, right? Because this was the building. Its foot was given at 0, 0, and this point is 0, 16. So we found this point to be 0, 16. That means the height of the building is, if this is your building, 0, 0 is the foot, and 0, 16 is where that person's standing, right? Because that was your y-intercept. The person who threw the ball from the building, that person is standing here because the person has to stand on this trajectory, right?
Ma'am, the person's height, is it negligible or how is it?
It doesn't matter. If they've not mentioned the height of the person, then it's negligible only.
Okay.
Okay. And so 0, 16 is the point where that person is standing. The foot of the building is 0, 0, and this is where the person is standing. And it's given, right? It's the person standing at the top of the building. So the height of the building is 16. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this option should be correct then.
Ma'am, the usual situation, that is x, 0 comma 16, like you have taken the x-intercept. So we have to take 0 for x-intercept usually.
No, it's not for the x-intercept. X-intercepts are these ones. These two are the x-intercept. This is the y-intercept.
So ma'am, 0 is for y-intercept, like 0 comma 16 is.
Yeah, when you need to find the y-intercept, you put x. For y-intercept, you put x equals 0. If you've been given this equation, let's say y equals to fx. For y-intercept, you put x equals to 0. And for x-intercept, you put y equals to 0. And then you solve this equation.
Ma'am, if we put
Yes.
4 second in the given equation, in the given height, then we get 0 value.
Yes. These are
4.
the roots of this equation, right? 4 is the
Yes.
root of this equation, so you'll get 0
Yes, ma'am.
if you'll put it here.
मैम ये डिस्प्लेसमेंट दिया गया है ना, तभी तो 0 हो जाएगा ना? Nothing, ma'am. Just.
Yes, ma'am. I guess
nothing.
it's all right. We can move forward.
Okay. The ball travels in the air for 4 seconds before it reaches the ground. So this is
also
option.
correct, ma'am, because because
Yeah,
this is
because
the,
we have 4
हाँ, so
here.
डिस्प्लेसमेंट 0 हो जाएगा, हाँ, नीचे आ
this is
जाएगी
the
वो.
x-intercept actually.
So before hitting the ground, it travels for 4 seconds.
So this is the x-intercept, that's why.
Yeah. So this option should be correct.
How do we know, ma'am, that the ball travels 4 seconds? How we got 4 comma 0?
क्योंकि
Okay,
x
this
एक्सिस पे
is
टाइम लिखा है और टाइम वहां पे 0 है, वहां पर अटैच हो रहा है, मतलब वहां पे
time in
जाके बात हो
seconds.
जाती है.
This is time in seconds and this is height in feet. This means at 4 seconds, your height was 0. That means that's when
Got
this
this
thing.
4. My question is, ma'am, that how we got this 4 seconds? How we know that time is 4 seconds?
Okay, to find for this, you'll need to find the x-intercept of this parabola. Parabola is given to you. And for x-intercept, you do this thing, right? You put fx
Because
equal to 0.
because we are counting time on the x-axis, so that is one of the reason. Because when the ball will only be on the air till x is equal to 0,
He
and the x
is
will
asking
replace
कि
the x-axis.
कैसे निकालें 4 कैसे आया एक्चुअली तुम श्रीधराचार्य इक्वेशन को लगा के उसको सॉल्व किया मैम ने रूट निकाला
We've solved it here.
We have already found the roots. It's 4 minus 2.
Roots, or you can say x-intercepts.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. And do we have, yeah,
मैम
we
इट्स
have
करेक्ट
one
आंसर
last option. The maximum height reached by the ball is 18 feet. That's also correct because this is the maximum height, right? So 18 feet is the maximum height reached. This should be correct as well. So D is also correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we move on to the next question?
Yeah, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. Then we have this question where you have been given a parabola, equation of a parabola, and 4y minus x equals to 3 is a straight line. So I've been given two equations, one of a parabola, one of a straight line. And you need to find the point of intersection of the given parabola and the straight line. So all you need to do is you just have to find y from each of these and equate them. Or you can do it in terms of x as well, whatever fits you. So let's just do it the usual way. This is x squared by 2. And from here, you find the value of y. So it will be y equals to x plus 3 by 4. And then you equate these two. For intersection of two curves, let's say fx and gx, to find the intersection, you equate these two curves, right? And then you find the value of x. So here you equate these two curves. This will be x squared by 2. And this is x plus 3 by 4. And then you solve the quadratic equation, that's all. The quadratic equation is going to be
It will be 2x square
2x squared minus x minus 3 equals 0. And I hope you guys can solve this equation. Or do we need to do this one here?
No, we can solve this one.
Now it's done. Okay, let's do it here then. This is going to be plus, and then 4, 3, 12, and 24, 25, 5.
Maybe
5, 6 by 4. Wait. 6 by 4 and 1 minus 5 is minus 4 by 4. So these are the two roots. This is 3 by 2 and this is minus 1. So the correct options could be these two only. You need to check the y coordinates as well. And these two are obviously incorrect. And I think these two are going to be correct. But you need to find the value of y by substituting the value of x here.
ma'am, we can put that
Yeah.
value of x in the
Yeah,
parabola also and on the
put it
straight line
here.
also.
Wherever it suits you. Same thing. So this is then the next question.
Ma'am, one thing.
Yes.
We have two values of x. Okay.
Yep.
And the answer has to be one value of x, na? Because they are going to intercept at one point.
No. See, when you have a curve, what happens in a function is y-intercept has to be 1. For any function, y-intercept is always 1. X-intercept can be as many as you please. They can be more than 1. Or they can be 0 too. So it's possible that it doesn't intersect your x-axis at all. Or it's possible that it intersects at a lot of points. So this is
In the
also
question,
possible in a function.
ma'am, in the question actually, when we go in the question actually,
That's a parabola. It can intersect at 2 points. You don't have to have one intercept. You can
yeah,
have 2.
ma'am. Yeah, in the question, ma'am, it is saying that when we go to the question, ma'am, just once.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are saying the point of intersection of the parabola and a straight line. So there can be two
Yeah.
points now. So
Yes.
we'll get a 2 points by
You
substituting the
you're
two
not
values.
going That's not necessary. It depends on the line and the parabola. If
Yes,
your
ma'am,
line is,
maximum we can get at 2 points and
yeah,
minimum 1 point. No? That's what I'm saying.
yes,
So we have to put these two x coordinate in the y, and then we have to cross check, are these 2 points or is there 1 point?
yeah. Yeah, if you'll put 1 here, you'll get half only, -1. So this option is correct. And if you'll put 3/2, you'll get 9/4 and 9/8. So this is correct as well. So both of these are correct in this question.
So we can put the x-axis point both in the parabola and on the straight line. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, coming to this question.
मैम
So
what actually happened मैम क्वेश्चन क्या पूछ रहा था मैम?
the question is you have to find the point of intersection of these two functions. So this is a parabola, this is a straight line. That's the
Okay.
question. Find the point of
Can
intersection.
you draw the ma'am, can you draw it?
Yeah, it looks like this. This could be a parabola, or
Yes.
and this could be a straight line. So at most you can have 2 points of intersection, or there could be just one. If your parabola looks like this and your line of equation, if your straight line just touches it at 1 point, so there'll only be 1 point of intersection then.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
It's also possible that the curve and the parabola and the line do not intersect at all if it's like this, and they don't intersect at all. But in this case, they do intersect.
Ma'am, but the maximum point can only be 2. It cannot be 3 now,
Yeah.
until and unless it's a cubic equation.
Yeah. Okay. For this question, sum of squares of two consecutive even natural numbers. So let's take 2x and 2x plus 2 for even 2x plus, yeah, for even consecutive numbers. So two consecutive even natural numbers are of the form 2x and 2x plus 2, like 2 and 4, 6, 8. So these are consecutive even numbers. And then the sum of
Ma'am,
squares is this.
ma'am, can you write the formula for other odd numbers or two consecutive odd numbers?
Consecutive odd numbers, it's this. It's 2x plus 1, and you can take 2x minus 1. Or you can take 2x plus 1 or 2x plus 3. That works.
Ma'am, you are saying, is it a default formula if we have to if we have to see the
Generalized
two
formula.
consecutive even number, we have to take 2x and 2x plus 2, and two consecutive odd number we have to say 2x plus 1 and 2x plus 3 in a
Yeah.
way.
To make sure that they're odd numbers, you should be doing this.
And ma'am, prime number?
So, ma'am, so it can be both 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1, or 2x plus 1, 2x plus
Yeah,
3.
but while solving this thing is easier. If you've been given the product of these two or the square sum, this actually is easier because there is a symmetry in these two functions. That's why it's better to take this one.
Ma'am, we can't do like x plus 2. We have to do 2x and 2x plus 2 if it is even.
Okay,
And
if you'll do x and x plus 2, that works too. For this question, if you'll do x and x plus 2, that works too. There's no problem with it. But when you do this, you can't be sure that there'll be odd numbers.
okay.
Even when you, okay. To make sure that they're even numbers, you do this thing. This question you can solve by doing x and x plus 2 too. You can take these two too if you want to. But then you can't be sure that your x that you'll be getting is even, right? These would represent.
Ma'am, but in the equation, if we are saying that if we are making the equation the sum of the two consecutive even numbers x, we are taking x and x plus 2, and then we are putting it in the equation the sum of consecutive natural number, and we are putting it 340. I think we can do it, because if it is even,
Can do it, but this includes even and odd numbers both.
but ma'am,
So
odd number, the sum of the square won't come 340 in the equation, I guess.
it's on this question. That's why I'm saying you can use this too. And if the solution that you'll get from here, you'll also get from here. So you don't have to worry about that.
But when you were saying that it can be odd also, because x and x plus 2, it can come as an odd also. We are not sure
But
on
the
that.
questions can be different, right? You're saying that the square sum of you're saying, okay, 9 is the square of 3, 1 is the square of 1. So these are square of odd numbers, but the sum that you get is 10, which is an even number, if that's your concern. That you can't get an even number when you take the square sum of two odd numbers. That's not true. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So from here you will get this thing is given and then you have been given 340. So you can just take 2 common from here if you want to. You'll get x square and x plus 1 whole square. And then here you will get, because you've taken 2 common from each side, so this will be 340 by 4. So it's 85, I guess. And then you'll have x square plus 2x plus 1 equals 85. And then you can solve this equation. Or what you can do is, wait, you
X
just have
square
to
plus
find
X
the
minus
question
40.
asks to, they're just asking you to take the product of 2 even numbers. So you don't actually have to find you don't have to find the 2 even numbers. You can just do this thing,
C by
and then
A.
it will be x square plus 2x equals 84.
मैम C by A करके नहीं alpha 1 alpha 2 करके.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. So
Now we have to solve, ma'am, quadratic equation for this. 2x square plus 2x minus 84. We have to solve this by quadratic formula, right?
We
no,
can
you
do it
don't
by
have
any
to
way.
solve it. That's what I'm trying to tell. You don't need to solve the equation. You can do it without solving because they're asking the product of roots. So the product of roots should be, or it would have been, okay,
Ma'am
if you
7.
need to
We
take
Ma'am,
the,
can take
ma'am,
common
ma'am,
also 2x. Ma'am, we can take the common also, ma'am, while you are
yes, ma'am.
doing it. We
Ma'am,
can
actually,
take common
ma'am,
also.
actually, we
okay, wait, hold on, guys, hold on.
मैम 7x minus 6x मैम 7 into 6 42 हो जाएगा मैम. Yes मैम, रूट मिल गया.
Hold on.
Ma'am, but why did you
If
we
you will
can,
take this, yeah, I'll
ma'am, was
tell
it
why I
wrong?
erased it. No, it
Ma'am, we
wasn't
can,
wrong. But if you will do it this way, if you'll take x and x plus 2 whole square, and then if you'll take 340 is given, right? And what happens is,
ma'am, but why did you erase it? We were doing it right, na?
yeah, I'm going to tell why I erased it.
Ma'am, x is equal to minus 7 and x is equal to 6.
Minus
No,
7 and
actually
6.
7x minus 6 ma'am.
That's,
Yes ma'am. Yes ma'am. Yeah, that's correct ma'am. That's correct. Okay, that's correct.
X is called minus 7 and 6. You can take the positive one.
but those are not 7 and 6. Those are not the answer to this.
Ma'am, I think we can solve
We
it
must
by
have
you
made,
taking the values. We can just solve it now.
It takes 6,
but
6 plus 2,
and here
6,
you'll get 4 equals
6 plus 2, 8, 6 is 14.
340.
No squares.
A
6 is
So for the
Trimurti,
product
you
of
can
roots,
switch off your
what
camera.
was,
Your voice is coming.
Why? What's the problem?
Because the class is getting disturbed, your voice is coming.
guys,
Your
please
mic.
keep quiet.
You are talking most in the
This
class,
is
ma'am.
not a place
मैं
to
क्लास की
argue,
बात कर रहा हूँ,
please.
मैं ऐसे बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ.
Okay. So you can do it that way too. But for the product, you'll have to do minus, for the product, you do C by A. And why we don't do this here is 2x1 and 2x plus 2, 1 here. Because the roots, here when you'll find the roots, the root will be x, right? So you'll get the root of these two. And then the product won't be C by, okay. Let's just find the root only. Let's not do it the C by A way. because
Ma'am, why it won't be C by A? Because we are also doing the same way, na?
because the things you'll get here is it's not necessary. Let's just say you get 2 here, one solution is 2 and the other one is 6. Now if you get x equals to 2 and x equals to 6, say, then your solution would be 2, 4. The pair of consecutives would be 2, 4 and 6, 8, not 2, 6.
Ma'am,
So
why?
when you
I
Ma'am,
didn't
if
get
we are
it.
doing it,
That yeah, you were doing right like 2x plus 2x equal. I get it. I know I don't get it anything. Like you have
ma'am,
already mentioned the solution, like answers, and don't mention the solution.
ma'am, I didn't get one thing when we were doing it by 2x and 2x plus 2 ka whole square. You were saying that we are
that's
getting.
fine too. I thought that maybe we can, if we, I thought something else and then I erased it. But either way, if you do it this way or that way, you'll have to do, if you find the solution 2 and 6, you'll have to take 2 and 4 pair and 6 and 8 pair. Can't actually,
Okay, ma'am.
okay,
Ma'am,
wait.
आप पहले
Ma'am, but just I wanted to know the reason why did you erase it and why did you like
Can
what is the
actually do C by A because if the product is, if you're saying that the product, let's say you have two roots, my confusion was that if you have two roots, 2 and 6, then you will have to do 2, 4 and 6, 8. But you can't actually do it because you will be getting consecutive roots here. You will be getting consecutive roots in this one. We can do it this
Can you
way.
show the solution for how it to
Ma'am, so what
actually?
if there are consecutive roots, ma'am? So what?
We will have consecutive roots here and no one will talk now. Let us just complete this question
But I
first.
didn't understand it why you didn't do
भाई
that.
शांत हो जाओ यार, पहले मैम को सॉल्व करने दो तो उसके बाद समझा
ये
देगी
सॉल्व
तुमको।
तो है, मैम से बात
What
कर
do
रहा हूँ,
you
अब तुम क्यों
want?
बोल रहे हो बीच में?
हम भी मैडम से ही
Stop.
बात
No
कर रहे
one
हैं।
will.
शिव,
No
Aishu,
one will
तुम keep
talk here.
quiet.
Please,
Let madam.
please.
Ma'am, I am asking to you,
Don't
why did
unmute yourself, please.
ma'am, I just wanted to know one thing, the consecutive root thing, why did
Yeah,
you
I'm not erasing it. We're doing it again. I had some confusion. I thought that maybe it'll be easier the other way. That's why I wanted to do it the easier way. That's it. We're doing the same way again now. The roots you will get from here, or if you do it the C by A way, the product of the roots here. So the C here is minus 84, and then A is 2.
42
You'll get 42 here. And what are the solutions to this equation?
minus 42
Solutions. Is it 6, 7, and minus 6?
And 12 and 14.
Minus 7 and 6.
Minus 7 and 6.
plus 6 ma'am.
Min-
Yes ma'am.
Minus 7 and plus 6.
Ma'am, that's right, ma'am. 6 is x, the 2x is 12. So 12 and 14 are the answers.
Okay. So now you'll have to do all that thing where you took 2x and 2x plus 2. Now the problem with this thing was if you do it here, you'll have to put things here. But in the x and x plus 2 things, it would have been easier because then you wouldn't have to put x here and then find the value of all of that. That's why this was an easier approach, or
Yes,
a
ma'am.
slightly quicker one if you want to try this one. Otherwise, you can do it this way.
Ma'am, after minus
I'll
42,
give you-
how did you come up with minus 7 and plus 6?
That's the product of two numbers, that is 42.
Solve it by
But
quadratic formula. That's it. Use quadratic formula and find the roots. Because the roots that you get here are minus 7 and 6. And that's what I was trying to tell, that if you'll multiply these two things, that's not the product that you're being asked. Because if you'll take 6, then 6, you'll have to substitute here. 6 is not the required number. 6 is not that even number that is being asked in the question. It's
Ma'am,
12
one thing,
and
when
14.
it comes C by A minus 42, you get minus 7 and plus 6 by hit and trial, na?
Don't do it that way. My idea was that if you use the x and x plus 2 one, if you use this one,
No,
then
ma'am,
what you
what I
can
am
do
asking is when you did C by A, it was minus
but
42.
not
After minus 42, how did you get minus 6, minus 7 and plus 6? I am asking that.
I've written it here. Use quadratic formula. We haven't used that approach here.
Ma'am, but when you did it by C by A, I wanted to know your approach. When it come minus 42,
We can't use that approach here.
because
Is it
plus 6
fine
is
now?
coming as even. That's why, na, ma'am.
Because this is not the required even numbers that we're looking
Yeah.
for.
Because we were doing it by hit and trial. That was not the right. Because minus 42 C by A came. So you did it by hit and trial. Minus 7 and plus 6. That is the reason, na, ma'am.
There is no hidden trial. She asked us about the what points we were getting. So we told her that's what it's written.
My question is after ma'am did the C by A thing, we got minus 42. So after minus
वही
42,
बता रही बाबा, वही उन्होंने हमसे पूछा, हमने उन्हें बताया कि -7 + 6 आ रहा है, तो उन्होंने लिख दिया है.
okay.
Use this thing to
I
find the
think
roots. You don't have to do hit and trial.
Actually, the equation is x
हाँ,
square plus
excuse
x
me, ma'am.
minus 42, ma'am.
What?
Yes, ma'am, it will be 42.
Okay, it's 2x
Minus
from here.
42.
We've taken 4 common,
Yeah,
so it
the
should be.
equation is x square plus x minus 42.
Okay, thank you.
Then the roots for that one is 7 6 are 42. That is minus 7 and plus 6.
And then if you'll put 6 here, you'll get 12 and 14. If you'll put -7 here, you'll get -14 and -12. So either way, the product will be same. 12, 14 product is the same as -14, 12. Just take the product of these two and you'll know the answer. Can you move on to the next question?
Yes,
Ma'am,
Please,
one
ma'am.
doubt I have, when we go to the question, if we go to the question, ma'am, when we go to the question, so you are saying that there will be two values of x, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. We got -7 and plus 6. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
ठीक है, ma'am. So, ma'am, -7 can't be because it is not an even number, na? So we have to.
That's not the. Okay, hear me out first. The number that you've taken here is 2x. So your solution, the even
Okay, ma'am.
number
Okay,
that you're
okay.
looking
Ma'am, got
for
it, got
is
it.
2x.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah,
And
ma'am. Got it, got it.
2x
We can
plus
move
2,
forward. Got it.
not x. And the value that you found here is x. Okay. We have been given a quadratic equation. A, B, C are given to be integers. A is non-zero. So if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 and it's a perfect square, then what should be the roots? Like of what form? Rational, irrational? Anyone who wants to answer this one? First option.
A rational root.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it will be a
Rational.
rational root.
real
Because
and
irrational, yeah, it's a rational root in particular because you one more piece of information is given to you, which is
okay,
perfect square.
perfect square. Okay.
Perfect square is also given. And if you have this greater than 0, that means the square root is a real number. So if you have been given b square minus 4ac greater than 0, that means this square root of this thing is great. This entire thing is greater than 0, but we're not sure if it's a rational number or an irrational. So this thing is a real number. This is a real number, but we're not sure if it's a rational number or irrational. If it's not a perfect square, then and this one is incorrect because the roots might not be rational. In fact, they won't be rational. Because if this is not a perfect square, then this is an irrational number, and this is a rational number here. So you have a rational number here, an irrational number here, and the sum of rational and an irrational number is always an irrational number. This is incorrect, and then you have been given b square minus 4ac negative, and it doesn't matter if it's a perfect square or not, because if you have the discriminant is negative, if b square minus 4ac is negative, then your roots are going to be complex. And then exists a rational root, this is incorrect as well. And then this one's also incorrect. Doesn't matter if it's a perfect square or not, if your discriminant is negative, then the roots are going to be complex. They're not even real, let alone be rational. Is it fine? Can we move on to the
Yes,
next
ma'am.
question?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
we have this question.
Ma'am, just one doubt I have in the previous question.
Yes.
Ma'am, if in the second, if it is said that there exists an irrational root, then it is the right now.
Second one,
In
irrational.
the second, if there is a
Yeah. If this was irrational, then this would be a correct option.
said the addition of rational and irrational is always an irrational number, so that's why.
Coming to this one, Ram and Sham want to solve a quadratic equation, and then Ram made a mistake, and he ended up getting the roots as 3 and 4. So after making a mistake, he gets the root as 3 and 4, and he wrote the constant term as something incorrect. So let's just say your original equation is ax squared plus bx plus c. And then he wrote an incorrect constant here. So he messed up the constant. So this is, let's say, Ram's equation where he gets the roots as 3 and 4. And then Ram also made a mistake. So, and he noted down the coefficient of x incorrect. So he made a mistake here. And the coefficient, the leading coefficient is given to be 1, so you don't have to take this thing, it's 1. And the roots that he got were 2 and 3. Now first they're asking to find the correct quadratic equation, and then is there a doubt? So you need to find the first you find the quadratic equation, and then you find the roots of that equation, the correct quadratic equation. This is what you have to find. So for incorrect one, we know that b by a, the minus b by a is product is sum of roots, right? So it's 3 and 4, so it should be 7. And b a is given to be 1, so your minus b should be 7. Or you can say your b should be
Minus
minus
7.
7. And since this person hasn't made a mistake in writing down b, so b is correct here. This is the required b. And then for c, let's use this one. So we're using b, we're not using the c by a equation
We
here.
got 7, ma'am.
Sorry, what?
How we got the 7?
Okay. Have a look at this equation. This person has made a mistake in writing the constant term, but the b is correct here. The coefficient of x is correct in his equation. That means, and we have to find this equation, right? This is what we need, or the roots of this equation actually, not even this equation. We need to find the roots if we can directly. So what we do is, for b, we use this equation because this person has written down the b coefficient correct. And for c, we'll use this one because this person has not made a mistake in writing c. we know that minus b by a is for an equation.
Sorry, ma'am, your
Minus b
voice
by
is
a
lagging.
is sum of roots.
मैम आपकी आवाज साफ नहीं आ रही।
Yes, ma'am, your voice is lagging, so I didn't understand.
Ma'am, how did we do x square plus b comma x plus c? How did we get that?
Okay, is it better now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We get
Is it
that
still not clear?
we are using
Lagging?
Ram's equation
Just
for
1
B.
second. Is my voice still not clear?
Ma'am, I was asking you,
Better for
how did we come up on x square plus b and x plus c? How you came on that?
What?
Ma'am, why did you write x square plus b comma x plus c? How did we come on that? X plus c, I got it. But how did we come on x square plus b comma x plus c here?
Where comma? I have not used any What are you talking about?
Okay, ma'am, it's x square plus b1
he's
x.
talking about, ma'am, for the Ram equation where there is comma between
This is
B and X.
b1x. This is b1, not comma. This is c1. Because this person has made a mistake in noting down the constant term. So original equation was this, but he noted this thing. And then this person made a mistake in noting down the coefficient of x. So he made a mistake here. So this is the equation that Sham noted. This is the equation that Ram noted, and this is the correct equation. And we need
Ma'am,
to
but
find this equation.
coefficient of x is also a. So x a is 1. So he noted, ma'am, a term में तो भी वो गलत नोट करेगा ना?
So the coefficient of the leading coefficient is given to be 1. Leading coefficient means the
Okay.
coefficient of this
A x
is given
square.
to be
Okay.
1.
Okay.
Ma'am, the
From
leading
here,
coefficient is also the coefficient of the highest degree,
yes,
like
of the highest
the
power.
coefficient of the highest degree variable, na?
Yeah. So from here, you do b by a minus b by a. So minus b by a is minus b, and a is given to be 1. So it's minus b by 1. And this should be the sum of roots. The sum of roots is 7. From here, you get this thing. And from here, you do c by a. So c by a is c by 1. And this is given to be 6. This is the product of this. So it should be 6. Your b is minus 7, and your c is 6 for the correct equation. So a correct equation should be x squared minus 7x plus 6. This is the correct equation. Then you just need to find the roots of this. So the roots of this are going to be
1 and 6.
1 and 6. Wait, but it should be minus 1. Okay, it's 1 and 6. These are the roots. And then it's given here 1 and 6. Is this fine to everyone? Can we move on to the next question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This
1
is the
and 6
next.
is correct.
1 and 6 are the roots of the correct equation.
Okay.
So, ma'am, here we got basically when we solve the Ram equation and Sham equation, we'll take C, that is 6 from the Ram, and Sham we have to take that.
No.
Yeah,
We
because
have to
Ram
take
hasn't made a
7.
mistake in writing down the coefficient. From here, you
No,
find the
so
value of B. Wait. If your doubt is, what's your doubt?
Ma'am, after solving the Ram and Sham equation, like my doubt is that.
What exactly is your doubt?
Like when we wrote the equation x square plus bx plus c1, that is of Ram, and x square plus b1x plus c is equal to Sham, that is Sham. After that, we use the formula minus b by a and c by a. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And after that, ma'am,
After that, you find the equation. You find B from here. it's minus 7, C from here, and then you put, this is the equation, right? The original equation. You put BC here, then you'll find this is the original equation, and find the roots of this. That's it.
Okay, ma'am.
और मैम मेरा ये भी इसमें डाउट रहता है कि मैम जिस रूट उसने राम और श्याम ने निकाले वो तो रॉन्ग है, तो कैसे उसको पुट करके इक्वेशन हमारी सही हो जाएगी? बिकॉज सी एंड बी इज रॉन्ग, बी इज राइट.
In Ram's equation, B is correct.
Okay.
This was the original equation. Ram wrote down the constant term wrong, and Sham wrote down the coefficient of x wrong. So in this equation, B is still correct. In this equation,
Okay.
C is still correct. That's why we're using B from here and C.
But a 7 comes from root of Ram, so it's actually 3 plus 4. Then the root of Ram is wrong, comes wrong because he noted wrong things. So how does it is?
Okay, let me clarify the question
Can you
first.
just explain the question to him?
Yeah,
Because
that's what I'm going to
actually,
do.
can I answer
Yes.
for Shivam Mishra? Because if we are taking minus B
Please
by
go
A
ahead.
from Ram, because B is correct in the Ram equation. So we are taking minus B by 1 is equal to 7. So we are getting B right because Sham has not
It has a
corrected.
doubt in the question itself.
Yeah.
So this is the question says that there was an equation, and then Ram wrote down this equation incorrect. So what he did was the leading coefficient is 1. So he wrote down 1 correct, B correct, and then in noting down this constant term, he made a mistake and he noted down something else. So let's say he noted down C1. So this is now Ram's equation, and the roots that he get from this equation that's given in the question. Ram made a mistake in writing down the constant term and ended up in getting roots as 3 and 4. So these are the roots that he get after noting down the incorrect equation. So these
Okay,
roots
ma'am.
are of this equation.
ओके मैम, तो मैम जब वो राम की इक्वेशन गलत थी तो उसके रूट भी तो गलत आए होंगे ना?
Yes, these are the incorrect roots. You have been asked the correct roots. These are the correct ones.
ओके, सो एक्चुअली बी इज करेक्ट. सो हमने बी की वैल्यू निकाल ली उसके रूट से, तो उसके रूट से निकाले तो वो गलत नहीं होंगे, बी की वैल्यू गलत नहीं आ जाएगी क्योंकि मैंने
क्योंकि बी और ए
राम.
तो इसमें सही लिखा है, क्योंकि जो कोफिशिएंट ऑफ एक्स है बी की वैल्यू तो सही लिखी है, सी की वैल्यू गलत लिखी है, तो हम सी यूज नहीं कर रहे, इसलिए हम माइनस बी बाई ए कर रहे हैं राम की इक्वेशन में, सी यूज नहीं कर रहे, और शाम की
अच्छा,
इक्वेशन में सी अपॉन ए
ओके
कर रहे हैं क्योंकि उसने B1 गलत लिखा है इसलिए।
ओके. द कोर कॉन्सेप्ट इज कि ए और बी और सी इंडिपेंडेंट होते हैं इच अदर ना. ओके मैम, थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू.
Coming to this question, this is the company's profit, where your X is the quantity of the raw material used in whatever. Use this information to answer the given subput. So this one is an easy question. Find the quantity of the raw material so that the company has a maximum profit. So this is the equation that gives you the profit, and you have to find the maximum profit. The maximum profit is again your minus b by 2a and p of minus b by 2a. So you just have to find minus b by 2a is minus 8 and 2 times minus 2. So this is 4. And then the value of p at 4 you have to find. That's it.
Ma'am, how it can be 4? It has to be 2 na ma'am. Minus 8 by 2 into.
Yeah, it's 2. Sorry. It's 2. This one's 2, 2. So you just have to find P2. Put 2 here and then you'll find this is what is being asked in the question. Maximum value is this, maximum profit.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then next up, you're being asked find the quantity of the raw material such that the company has no profit. So your profit is given by a quadratic equation. To find X such that there is no profit, you have to equate this thing to 0, profit to 0, right? And then find X. So this is the equation given to you, minus 2x square plus 8x plus 6, I guess. And then you just have to equate it to 0 and find the roots. That's it. And if you'll find the roots, so one of them will be, because there'll be two roots, I guess, and you've been asked only one value. So one of them is going to be correct, and the other one
Ma'am,
is
there is
not
one
going
doubt.
to. Yes.
Ma'am, in the question it is saying that the company has no profit. So if it is no profit, it can be loss also. So any negative value of y also, that also we have to put in mind, na ma'am?
No, this is not loss. You're right to say that if you have no profit, then that could also mean that you're in loss. That's also
Is
correct.
equal
Or
to
it
zero,
could
ma'am.
mean that your profit is zero. But the equation is of the profit. You have not been given the equation of loss. If the equation was of loss, then you'd probably say that either you have positive loss or you have
Yeah,
zero
ma'am, but if the
loss.
profit is coming negative, that means it's a loss. Yeah, ma'am. Whether it's zero or it's negative, there is no profit. Yes, ma'am. So my approach of thinking was that every minus value of y, there is a quadratic equation of profit. So if it is coming negative also, that also we have to put in mind, na ma'am.
Yeah, okay, you can do that if you're saying this thing, right? Less than equals to.
Because according to the question,
Can
it
we
should be
repeat
right.
this question? Because I didn't get the question itself.
Yeah, just 1 second. We'll repeat the question. Yeah, you can do this too, less than equals to. But the question says find the quantity of raw material such that the company has no profit. So
Ma'am, its root coming out to be
it's
3
actually no
and
profit means zero only. In general, if you've just been asked, if you've not been asked the range and you've just been asked a number, then it should be one number only. So your profit is zero. No profit here means zero profit only.
But the value of negative profit is also, ma'am,
It
please.
is, but in this one, you're only being asked a number, not a range. If you solve this thing, you'll get a range, right? The answer then will be in range. Range
ma'am,
means x belongs to a, b. In this
ma'am
form, you get the
ma'am, root is minus 1 to 3. Minus 1
Can
and
you
3.
check the answer also?
I've checked the answer. It's in numbers only. It's not in range. It's not in intervals.
Suppose ma'am root comes out to be 3, so it means ma'am उसे 3 रुपए का लाभ हुआ है.
The answer is the answer
The
is
answer is
given to be 3, but this is charged in numbers only. I'm not asking it in range format. So you'll have to solve it for 0 only. So you'll get -8 plus minus. If you solve it, you'll get 2 roots, but the answer is only 1 because this is a constraint is given to you. X should be greater than 1. If you solve it, you'll get 64 minus 6, 2, and 12 and 24. Sorry, 12 and 48. What's the equation? We have a minus here. So it should be this, and then -4 here. So the
-4.
solution will be 16, and this will be 4.
ma'am, we get 1 and 3, but according to the constraint, the answer would be 3.
1 and 3. And there's a constraint, this constraint. You want x to be greater than 1, strictly greater than 1. So this can't be true. So our x should be 3.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
minus
why it
1
is
आएगा.
strictly greater than okay in the question it is.
Ma'am, minus 1 आ
Check
रहा है
this
मेरे में.
equation 2x square plus 8x minus 6. How we get this equation?
It's given here. This is B part of the same question. It's given, the equation is given here.
But my point, please also look into that. After the class, I'll also look into that because if there is a negative profit, that also means, I mean, my point is quite right in that because there can be a case of that. And my point is quite valid,
It
ma'am.
has to be in a range. It's not in the range format. So if in questions and if in graded assignment or anywhere,
No,
you're being
if in the
asked,
question it has mentioned the range, that is fine. They have only mentioned the function, and the function can be negative. If it is negative, the profit can be negative. So my point is quite valid here, ma'am.
But it doesn't say have a loss. It says just there's no profit.
No profit means it's a loss also. If in the question it has mentioned that no
No,
profit,
it
because
could
that
be
is the,
equal also, right? You just make ends
It
meet.
could
then
be
it should
equal. There's
mention
no
it.
loss.
Okay, ma'am, it's fine if it's there in the question, it's not mentioned. It's fine.
Could
And
you
we can
please
go ahead
repeat the
to the next
question?
question. What?
Could you please explain it again?
Yes, ma'am. What's ma'am? I don't understand the first part, ma'am.
first part, the first part is
Sure.
asking you the maximum profit. So this is the profit. And to find the maximum profit, it's your parabola is like
Okay, okay,
in this
apex.
format.
Okay,
So what you need to do is
minus b by 2a. Okay.
you have to find this point. So for maximum profit, you have to find the y coordinate of this point, which is minus b by 2a and p of minus b by 2a. That's what you have to. So you have to find this value. That's it.
This parabola is given in the question.
Yeah, it's given here. The equation is given to you, right?
Equation form. And y-axis is profit and x-axis is raw material used.
Yes. Material and
So,
this is
okay.
we move on to the next part of this. In this, you've been asked to find x such that there is no profit. So no profit in general usually means that it's zero, no profit. But if it was in range format, if your answer was in, it depends on the format of your answer. If it's in range format, then it's probably also considering the loss here. But because it's in numeric format, number format, then it should be only one value. That's why we're considering it to be just zero. And then you
So,
equate
ma'am,
this thing and find the roots. That's it.
Ma'am, can we check the
parabola.
answers also by any means? Like
Yeah,
if
the
Ma'am,
answer is 3.
तो मैम पैराबोला 3 पे कट करेगा, इसका मतलब 3 पे x बराबर 3 पे उसके कोई प्रॉफिट नहीं होगा, दैट है ना, पैराबोला टच करेगा ना या क्रॉस करेगा उसको,
I said 3, it will cross here.
because
So
it is
3
odd.
0
Okay,
and it's 1 0.
इसके बाद कंपनी को लॉस होता जाएगा.
Yeah. After this, even if you need to find the interval, it's this only. Minus infinity to 1 and 3 to infinity.
Ma'am,
Yes.
could you please show the question? No, the second part. So, what is the role of x greater than 1 in this question?
Okay, you're going to get two roots here. When you solve this, you get two roots, x equals to 1 and x equals to 3. But the answer is only one of them. So they have mentioned it that x should be greater than 1. That's why you discard this one. This can't be the answer of this question because it's already mentioned in the question that the x should be greater than 1.
so, ma'am, the answer is 3, na?
Yeah, it's 3. Okay, coming to this question. Now you've been given this one. There's a quadratic equation in this format, and then which is symmetric about the line x equals to the, it's depending on your a, it's either x equals to minus 3 is given. That means your axis of symmetry is minus 3, x equals to minus 3. So it's either this or it's in the upward, it's opening upward. Those are the only two possibilities. And I've drawn only one. So that means your vertex is going to be at minus 3 comma some point, f of minus 3, right? So this is one point. And if you will put minus 3 in f, you will get
We will get
9a.
12, na? Because it is mentioned that the maximum value of the function is 12. So it has to be minus 3, 12, na?
Yeah, we're doing that. We are going to do that only. We'll first put -3 in this equation and then we'll equate it to 12. This is 9a minus 3b plus c, and this is equals to 12. And then another point is given to you, which is, so this is one equation. And then another point is given to you, which is 0, 0. So this gives you c equals 0. If you'll put 0 here, x equals to 0, you'll get c equals to 0. Because 0, 0 is a point on this curve. This is the second equation. And then you've been given that the maximum value of f is 12. So for maximum value, what you do is you have to find 3a plus b plus c, where c is already 0. So you've been given 9a minus 3b, right? This is given to you as 12. And then you've been given that the maximum value of f is 12. So we know that
Ma'am, how c came as
we
0?
can using this 0, 0 is a point on this parabola. That means if you'll put f 0, this should be 0. So your f0 is c, and this is 0. Put 0 here, and then the resulting value should be 0. That means your c should be 0. And then you've been given that the maximum value is 12. F is 12. This is given to you. So for maximum value, what you do is this is 2ax plus b, right? So you use this thing and then you equate it to 0. So we know that for the maximum value, we do this thing, we equate this thing to 0, right? To find the vertex, what do you equate this thing to 0? So if you'll put 12, it's attained at -3, I guess. Give me a second.
Yes, ma'am, the vertex will be -3 and 12.
But we've already used that piece of information, right? -3 and 12 we've already used. Yeah.
Okay.
And then here, if you'll this should be 0, and then it's attained at -3. So this will give you -6. If you'll put x equals to -3 here, you'll get -6a plus b equals 0. So this is another equation, right? This is the second equation, or the third one. We should call it third.
Fourth equation.
That's fine. We've not numbered this one. So we have this equation and this equation. Is this one okay to everyone?
Ma'am, why did we
Can
put x
you
is equal to 1 here? We put x is
not
equal
put x equals to 1? We've put x equals to -3 in this equation to get this one.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am, why
Yes,
Ma'am, we
-3?
can find.
Because it is the slope of the highest, you are saying that.
because this is slope and the slope here is 0. At the highest point, your slope is 0. That's why. But for this equation, what we've done is
The
this was your
value.
fx. Yes, what's the doubt?
I'm saying that we can find the value of a from this equation 9a minus 3b is equals to 12. Then we can solve it.
There's just one equation. We only have one equation. We have two variables.
Two variable, yeah.
How are you planning to solve this?
Ma'am, okay. Ma'am, the equation
Ma'am,
third and first.
Ma'am, we will get the equation of a from here. Like if we substitute we'll take this 3 to the next side. We'll get the equation a is equals to -12 by 9. That is equals to -4 by 3. Then we will
Ma'am,
substitute.
we solve the equation and we got A is equal to 4, ma'am.
Okay, hold on a second. There's someone has a doubt. Yeah, what were you saying about this equation?
9A minus 3, what? Ma'am,
No,
may I
no.
say?
Someone was not you. Someone else was saying something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
ma'am, from this equation, 9a minus 3b is equals to 12. We can get a, like if we substitute the values, the function passes through the point 0, 0. So we can substitute x is equals to 0. Then f of x is equals to 0. We will get the 0 is equals to a 0 plus 3 ka whole square plus 12. Then we will solve this and we will get the a is equals to minus 12 by 9, that is minus 4 by 3, that is equals to a. And for b, we will do b is equals to 3a, 6a, sorry.
Can you just repeat the entire thing again?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
here we'll do
Go ahead.
so actually this function passes through the point 0, 0.
Yeah.
So we can substitute x is equals to 0.
We've already
If
done
f
this,
of,
no? This bit here.
yes, ma'am, we have done that. Then we will get 0 is equals to a bracket में 0.
Where are you going? Okay. How do you get this thing? Whatever you're gonna say after it.
Ma'am, we will use the vertex formula. We'll get the vertex from the quadratic equation.
We've already used the vertex formula, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
ma'am, here 0 is equals to a 3 ka square plus 12. That is equals to 9a plus 12. If we have to find the value of a.
I've numbered all the equations. Which equation are you talking about?
Ma'am, in this equation only.
In this one?
Ma'am, 9a minus 3b is equals to 12.
Okay.
If we have to find the value of a, let's just ignore 3b for a second. That is equals to 9a. If we will keep this minus 3b here, we'll get 9a plus 12, which is equals to 9a is equals to minus 12. Then a is equals to minus 12 by 9. Then it is equals to minus 4 by 3 if we reduce it.
Where do you get this thing from?
Nine a plus 12 is equal to 9a minus 12 is equal to 24 आएगा.
Hold on.
No.
Just say what you're saying and I'll write it here. 9a plus 12 is what?
Ma'am, it's what we get after when we put fx is equals to 0 into the equation 0.
If you'll put 0 here, you'll get c equals to 0.
Yes, ma'am.
I've already done that here.
Acha, ma'am, continue. I will not. Sorry.
Were you offering some other approach?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it?
Ma'am, we'll use the properties of quadratic function to find the vertex first that we did.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am. Then we'll use the vertex and the given points to find the values of a, b, and c differently, matlab, separately.
Okay, we'll come to your approach once we're done with this one, with this approach. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry
Hello,
to interrupt.
ma'am.
So we have two equations here. One is this one. In AB, you have two equations. One is this, let's call it A. And this is, let's call this one B. So now you have two equations, 9A minus 3b equals 12 and minus 6a plus b equals 0. Is everyone clear with this equation? How do we get this equation?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, the
Okay,
A equation,
because
just if you can, once again, if you can, the A equation.
A equation is you've used this thing. You have been given that minus 3, you've been given that the maximum value is 12. And we know that the maximum value is attained at the axis of symmetry, right? On the axis of symmetry. So you do minus 3, and for maximum value, you do f minus 3. So we've just find the value of f minus 3 and equated it to 12. This is the value. If you will put minus 3 in this equation, you get this 9a minus 3b plus c equals 12. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am. So we can remove C because it's
Yeah, you
already
can. We
passing
have
through.
removed it. We've removed it here. And then for this thing, we know that this is the slope, right? This is the equation of this is the general equation of slope at point x. So, and the slope here at this highest point should be 0. So we've equated it to 0. And this will give you minus 6a plus b equals 0. So we know that this point is minus 3 comma something, which is not required because there's only x in this equation. You don't need y. So we put x equals to minus 3, and we know that at this point the slope is 0. So you put minus 3 here and you should get 0. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
The slope. And then you just solve these two equations. So
A is equal
solving
to
this,
4, B is equal to 24.
Yeah, ma'am.
so your equation then will be 4x square plus 24x then. And c is already 0, so that's not needed. And okay, so you have to find this, right? You don't need the equation. So a is 4. This will be 12 plus and
Plus 24
Ma'am,
plus
but
0, 36.
won't
36.
we get it in negative?
Why negative? Are the coefficients negative?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm getting it in negative.
Yeah, ma'am. When b from where minus 6a plus b equal to 0. From here we get the b is equal to 6a. Then we will put it in 3 here in.
Okay, that means a equals to 4 and the other thing is not the solution of this equation. B equals to
Ma'am,
6a. This will be, yes,
ma'am,
let's
A
just
and A
rewrite
is
this thing
minus
as,
4.
we've rewritten this as this, and then let's just add these two. So you'll have minus 3a equals 4 and a equals minus 4 by 3.
Yeah, ma'am. A will be minus 4 by 3.
And
Yes,
b
ma'am.
then will be equals to 4 by 3. So it's 4 and
B will be minus 8.
And b will be minus 12.
it's minus 12.
12, 12.
So then the answer can be negative
B,
also, na, if it is fine.
yeah, they're just asking the sum. A plus b plus c. That's it. So if we put a equals minus 4 by 3 here, c is 0 and this is minus 12. So this is minus, I don't think this is minus 12.
Ma'am, it's
Minus
minus
8.
8.
This is minus 8. So if you'll add this up, you will get the answer is which is minus 12.
Minus 12.
This is your answer.
Ma'am, there is one
Yes,
doubt.
ma'am.
If we can move to the question once. So ma'am, here we can say that the quadratic equation is already cutting y-axis. So whenever we can see that the equation is cutting y-axis, we can already put c is equal to 0 na, just by default
Yeah.
to save our time.
Yep. Okay. Can we move on to the next question, or is there any problem in this one?
Ma'am, can you draw
No,
figure
ma'am.
and can you repeat the question, ma'am? I don't understand the question, ma'am.
Okay. The question is, you have been given that, let's just say this is x equals to -3, and the line x equals to -3 is this. So you've been given that this is the axis of symmetry, right? So either your parabola is like this, if it opens upwards, or it's like this one. Is this much clear? Because you've been given that the axis of symmetry is -3, x equals -3. And then the maximum value is given to be, because you've been given maximum value, it can't be this one, right? Because this does not have a maximum value. That means your correct figure is this one.
Okay.
And then the maximum value, that means your maximum height, this is given to be 12, right? So this point is -3, 12. But it's also -3, f of -3, right? About the figure, it's just this. Apart from this, you don't need the figure. And
Ma'am,
you
why?
actually don't. Yes. Is there a doubt?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. And then about the figure, it's just this. Else, everything is some pieces of information given to you, and then you just club them together to solve it.
Ma'am, in the question it is saying it is passing through 0, 0. If it is passing
Yeah.
through 0, 0, we can by default have eliminated c is equal to 0 in the
Yeah.
beginning only, ma'am.
We've done it here. 0, 0, and then this is 1. This is the second thing that's given to you, and then we've used this thing, slope thing at -3. The three things that we've used to find three variables, suggesting another approach. Okay, I think they've left then. Okay, we can move to this question then, if there's no doubt in this one, the previous one.
Ma'am, we can head to the fourth one. Next one, sorry.
Okay, so this is it. And do you guys want to give this question a try?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we solve it here now?
अभी क्वेश्चन वैसे नहीं हुआ।
Ma'am, can't see the question.
भाई लंच कर लो, इंटरवल हो गया है।
Yeah, just
Ma'am, can't see the question. Can you show us the question?
yeah, I got disconnected. Wait, is my screen visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So you've been given this thing. We did it till this x less than equals to 150. And then, however, if the shopkeeper buys more than 150 items, the cost per clothing item decreases by 10. So after 150, if your x is greater than 150, then okay, this is per item. Let's say it's rupees this per item. And then for this one, this is for x less than equals to 150, and for x greater than 150, you have been given. So the question says the item, the cost per clothing item decreases by 10. So it's x for it's decreasing 10 per item. So it's this 10 and then x minus 150 and then minus 1800, right? How do we get this thing? It's also demonstrated here for 160. For x equals to 160, it's demonstrated here. But we can, even if this thing was not given, this equation you can find by 1800 is the usual price. But once you cross 150 items, per item, the cost reduces by 10, right? So if you have 151 items, then for 150 items, if you have 151 items, for 150 items, the price will be rupees 108,000 per per item. And then for the one item left, it will be 1800 and minus 10. So it will be 1790, right? And if there were 152 items, so for first one it will be this, and for the second one it will be 1800 minus 20. So it will be 1780. And then it keeps decreasing like this. This is what happens. So for one item, what you do
No,
is
ma'am is 3600 minus 20.
what?
Ma'am, if we purchase two items, then 3600 minus 20.
No, what we're doing here is this is the usual price and it decreases. This is the second item. This is the first one. So this is the 150
Okay,
first one.
okay,
This is
okay, okay,
150
okay,
second one.
okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have one doubt. It is why are you fixing 1800 as fixed in the question also? Because it is saying 1800 per item. We are saying it, and because we are also decreasing it by 10 per item. So that 1800 should, the 1800 should also be per item, na? In the question, it is
Per
mentioned that.
item only. 1800 is the
Ma'am,
actual price,
in
but
the
after
question,
150,
ma'am, when we go to
yes.
the question once, yeah. So here it is saying the when we go to the question, the second line, it's in the end of the first line, it's saying the price per clothing item is 1800. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
If the purchase quantity is 150 or less.
Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, and when they said it's 160, so they are decreasing it 160 minus 150. So here in 1800 also it should be multiplied by 160, na ma'am? Because it's per item. So if the
What
item
are
is
you
160,
suggesting? What are you suggesting?
ma'am, I am saying
What
that
should it be as per
1800 per
you?
item, 1800 into,
Okay.
yeah, 1800 into 160. I am suggesting that in the question because it's per
160
item.
is the total number of items, and
Yeah, ma'am.
we're not
And
doing that right now. This is per item. This is per item.
yeah, per item.
Let me just
But
do it.
here
You just understand this thing first. We'll come
the
to that
item is
later.
160.
We'll come to that later. You just look at this thing and tell me if you have a doubt in this thing or not.
No, ma'am, I had doubt that in that one. You explain me
Yeah.
later.
First, you need to understand this one. Then you will be able to understand what we're doing there. So for 150 till 150, this is the price per item. So if you have 150 items, the total will be 150 into this thing because it's per item. And then for the 150 first one, you reduce 10. And for the second one, you reduce 20. So what happens here is, what are you doing here? You're doing 1800 and then you're subtracting 10. But you're doing it as per the quantity. So for the first one, it's this. So for per item, what you do here is, now coming to this formula, this is 1800 and you have to subtract 10 each time. But this is, if you have one, let's just say if it was 151, you will have one here. So you only subtract 10. That gives you this thing. And if you have 152, you will be left with 2 here. So then you will subtract 20. That's how we're generalizing this thing. That's why I asked you to first have a look at this thing. And that's how we generalize it here. So it's 1800 and 10 is per item. So if there's one item, how many out one after, let's just say you have now your question in the instance it's given 160 items. So till 150 the price is same 1800, but after that it starts reducing. So how many items is it going to reduce for 10 items, right? For 160 minus 150. So for 10 items, that's why we've done x minus 150 here. And each time, is it fine now?
Yes, ma'am, that is fine.
Yes, sir.
मैम मैम सिमिलर मैम मैं सेम क्वेश्चन है कि मैम जब हम 152 आइटम पे पहुंचेंगे तो अगर मैंने 51 आइटम लिए तो सपोज करो 150 को हम 0 आइटम मान लेते हैं, 151 को 1 आइटम मानेंगे तो उसका प्राइस 1800 होगा और 1800 में से 10 कटेगा क्योंकि हमें इतने पैसे अगर हम 151 से मान लिया 151 को हम फर्स्ट मान लेते हैं तो उसमें से जो 1790 रुपए देने होंगे। अब हम जो दूसरा आइटम खरीदना होंगे तो हमें 3600 माइनस 20 रुपए देने होंगे ना। We add 1790 plus 1750. This is the actual price we pay, that the retailer pay.
If you have for 150 till this part's clear, right? Till 150, it's only 1800. After that, the price starts decreasing. And per item, it decreases 10. So for the first item after 150 items, it decreases by 10. For the next item, it decreases by 20. So for the 151st item, you'll have to pay this much. For the 152nd item, you'll have to pay this much. On 152nd item, you get 20 as discount. Then on the 153rd, you get 30 as discount.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
And you keep going on like this. So if you have been given 160, you go till 160. If you've been given 200, you go till 200. And that's why we're subtracting things here. X minus 150 we've done to get first position here, so that we know how many items are there after 150.
Ma'am, when we form this equation 1800 minus 10 into x minus 150, in the question, it is saying that it has to be maximum. Yeah, ma'am.
There. Yeah, that's, yeah. Let
Yeah.
me just read the question first so that everyone understands. Let X represent the number of items he buys. Determine the value of X such that the amount paid by retail shopkeeper to the wholesale supplier is maximum. Yeah, now go on.
So we have formed the equation 1800 minus 10 into x minus 150. Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, my point is that 1800, in 1800 there should be some kind of a variation, like multiply by number of items, because then only
This is per item.
Yeah.
This is per item. We'll have to multiply this whole thing by X.
Okay,
Because
okay.
the total number of items are X. Is it fine now?
Maybe on the later stage, I'll be able to elaborate my problem in a better way, I guess.
Okay, so per item it's 1800. So for you put one here, and then you get, okay, if you put 151 here, let's just say if you do 151 here, you'll get it for the 151st item. So this is, I should call it price or cost for the xth item. It's cost for the xth item. This is. And then if you just add up all of them, so these are X number of items, right? So you multiply, adding it X times or multiplying it by X is the same thing. So this is what you get. 10x minus 150. And then you don't have to do anything. This is a quadratic equation. You have to find the maximum of this. That's it. So you just have to formulate the equation. That's all. And find the maximum of this equation. Is this clear to everyone?
Ma'am, just can we go to the question? One thing, it is mentioned there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They have actually intimate us in terms of format. So we just have to say that we have to determine that this equation also has to be multiplied by x. This 1800 minus
Because
10x.
this is per item.
Yeah, per item.
Floating item.
That was my confusion, because 1800 per item, so 1800 into x should be there. Yeah.
Multiplied it here now towards the end. So this is your equation. And to maximize this, you express this in terms of this ax square plus bx plus c. And then just do minus b by 2a or minus b by 2a. And if you're calling this fx, and do or this as fx, same equation. So do f minus b by 2a. Then you'll get the maximum. That's all. You guys want me to solve it here, or can you do it on your own?
Just one doubt. Instead of x, it will be x minus 150, right?
Okay, 1 second. It's yeah, actually you should, because here it will be x minus 150, because if it's, let's say if it's 160, then this is going to be holding for these ones only, when 151st, 152nd, 153rd. So you should do x minus 150 here instead. Yeah, you're right. And then for the entire pricing, you should be doing 150 into 1800. But that's not required because this is constant. So maximizing just, let's call this fx, maximizing just this thing 150 into just fx, or maximizing this entire thing is the same thing. So you can just maximize this instead. You don't have to bother about this one. For first 150 clothing items, the price is 1800, but you don't have to bother about this thing. You just have to maximize this after 150 because this is not going to impact the.
Ma'am,
You
just the
have to
last
find.
point I didn't got it, ma'am. The last point, my point was also that here we
What?
have two equations, ma'am. Here you said either x minus 150 into 1800 minus 10x. This is the thing. This is the
Yeah,
first thing.
this is the correct equation. The x is everything. So if your x is 160, it includes the first 150 ones also. So we don't want to include these ones because this price is only for the ones after 150 items, right? This price is only applicable here. Look here. This is only applicable after 151. So on 151, you do this thing. Till 150, you don't do this formula, right? Till 150, you just directly multiply your x with 18500, right?
Didn't got the last point.
Okay, what's happening here is, let me just explain this entire thing again quickly. Till 150, it's 1800, right? So the total cost should be 1800 into 150. This is not going to change. After 150, it's going to change, and it changes in this manner. So what for 151, 150 first items, it's 1790. For second one, it's this, and for third one, it's this. So following this pattern, what we should be doing is we should be doing 1800 minus 10. This is actually 10 times 1, right? This is 10 times 2. And how do you get 2? It's actually x minus 150. So if you will put 151 here, you will get 1800 minus 10. By the way, it's already given, the hint is already given to you in the question. Yeah.
Ma'am, can we solve it also once? So
Yeah.
we'll get the
Okay.
maximum value. Yeah.
I just want to make sure that how we arrive at this thing is clear to everyone. And why are we multiplying with x minus 150 and not
Yes, ma'am.
x?
This is yes, ma'am. Ma'am, यही बता दीजिए मैम क्यों मल्टीप्लाई किया.
Okay, this thing is
Price.
price per item. So for the 151 item, it's
Okay,
you
I
put
got it.
151 here. And then
Okay.
so it's after till 150 you don't use this formula. Till 150 you're using the constant price 1800. After 150 the things start to change.
Earlier you wrote something, you subtracted, you minus. What was that thing you wrote earlier, ma'am? You were trying to explain the point. What was that point actually?
Which one?
When that you erased after, just after that, you were explaining that 150 should be multiplied by 1800, then we have to minus it, something like that. You just subtracted it here.
Yeah. So I was just saying that the total price is the total price of everything. So if you've purchased like 180 items, then the total price should be 150 into, or let's say you purchased X items where X is greater than 150, then the price should be 150 into 1800. And then you should be adding this thing, right? Which is X minus 150 into, what was our equation? 1800 minus 10, x minus 150. So the actual function would be this. But you don't need this thing. You don't need to involve this thing to max, because maximizing this thing is the same as maximizing this entire thing, right? If you have, let's just say this thing is called fx, then maximizing fx and maximizing fx plus 150 1800 is the same thing.
Okay, ma'am. So we are eliminating 150 into 1800 because it's a constant.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Otherwise, the equation will become a little complicated. That's why I just solve for this.
Ma'am,
To make
what is
them easier.
x minus 150? It's item.
What?
What is x minus 150?
X minus 150 is the total number of items. So this
And
is,
this is price.
yeah, this is price per item. This thing is price per item.
तो मैम मैक्सिमाइज किसको करना है मैम? x को.
And this is total number of items.
मैम इसमें क्या है कि x को कितना मैक्सिमम होना चाहिए कि प्राइस सबसे ज्यादा हो?
Yeah, you have to determine the value of X such that the amount paid by this is maximum. So you have to find the value of X such that this function is maximum, or in particular, this will be your function. So you have to find this thing. X, you have to find the X coordinate of your vertex. That's it.
तो x is actually items.
Yeah.
कि उसे मिनिमम प्राइस में आइटम मिल जाए. ओके.
Is it clear to everyone?
Ma'am, one thing, when you wrote that equation, the above equation, just above that, yeah, ma'am. Here we have to mention one thing more. Here x has to be more than 150, else it will go in the negative
Yeah.
3.
X is greater than 150.
Yeah.
It's only, I've already mentioned, this is only applicable for items after 150. Till 150, the price is 1800. So
Yeah,
you
ma'am.
should
So
be mentioning this thing.
we are finding the value of x which is more than 150 only, because
Yes.
else it would be constant only till 1800 now. Yeah.
Ma'am, can you solve this equation, ma'am? Ma'am, fx is equal to 0. We put fx is equal to 0.
So you don't put fx equals to 0. First you write it in this form. And then you find this thing, minus b by 2a. Because you've been asked x such that your function attains maximum value. If you
Okay.
have been
So
asked maximum value, do this. If you have been asked the point where the maximum value is attained, do this.
Ma'am, just can you scroll up? I want to take a screenshot. A little left, ma'am. Yeah. Ma'am, also a little up. Ma'am, a little up. Yes, ma'am.
We can also differentiate to get the value of the x.
Yeah, you can differentiate.
Once the question also, if I can just take a screenshot.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, differentiation method बता दीजिए मैम. मैम क्वाड्रेटिक मैम इसमें कैलकुलेशन ज्यादा है मैम.
In differentiation also you'll have to, it's the same. Wait, are you done taking screenshot?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The differentiation method and the one that we are doing here it's the same thing. In fact, in the differentiation one, you'll have to do a lot of things. Here you don't have to do it. You just have to do minus b by 2. Differentiation, what you do is, when you've been given this thing, ax square plus bx plus c, to find the maximum value, you differentiate it. So there are rules of differentiation that we're not discussing here. So the derivative you get is this, and then you equate this thing to 0. And when you equate it to 0, you get, so this is the slope, right? This is your slope. You equate it to 0 to find the maximum point here. Because at the maximum point or the minimum point, your slope is 0. Here, slope is 0. Because the tangent line is parallel to x-axis. Here also the tangent line is parallel to x-axis. That's why your slope is 0. So you equate this to 0 to find this point. And then you do minus b by 2a. So you'll end up getting the same thing. Now you have the direct formula.
नो कि ये लोअर मोस्ट पॉइंट है या अपेक्स है या अपर मोस्ट पॉइंट है.
In the question, you have been asked to find the maximum. So if you've been asked to find the maximum, it's definitely this point.
Okay.
Like this. Can't look like this. And the other way to find it is, if you solve this entire thing, the coefficient of x will be negative. That way you know that it opens downwards. So it will have a maximum.
Ma'am, just a question. When we are solving by quadratic like equation, then I'm getting answer as 165 or like x equals to 165. But when we are doing it by minus b by 2a, we are just getting 240.
Minus b by 2a. Okay. So you're solving the equation.
Yeah, I solved the quadratic equation by the formula minus b plus minus root b square.
Okay. And you're getting the correct answer from this equation, right?
I'm
It's
getting
165.
Yeah, 165.
That's the
And
correct answer.
oh, okay. But by this equation minus b by 2a, we are getting 240.
Ma'am,
Can you
how
please
160?
explain why you take the x minus 50 multiplied by this
Please, ma'am,
equation?
Minus b
please,
by
ma'am.
2a is not the. When you solve this thing, hold on.
There is one approach is minus b by 2a. What is the other approach, ma'am? The first approach we have to put it to.
Just 1 second.
तो मेरी इक्वेशन माइनस 10x स्क्वायर प्लस 300x माइनस 45,000 आई, ये सही है क्या?
Ma'am, can you explain the two approach? One is minus b by 2a.
Yeah, 1 second. See, when you do the minus b by 2a thing, what you get is the value of x. So this is what you should be doing. The value of x for which this thing is maximum, right? It's a parabola like this. So x minus b by 2a gives you the point at which your maximum is attained. So you should be doing this one. And you are not supposed to solve this equation because they are not asking the roots of this equation.
Yeah, ma'am. I think
They're asking you
that
to,
165 came after putting this equation to 0, is it?
I don't know, I've not solved it.
Ma'am, the other student who said that, who got that 165, from where the 165 came? What was the first approach you told us before?
There's only one approach where if you have been asked to find x such that your function is maximum, you do this thing minus b by 2a.
No, ma'am, earlier you told there was one more approach, so that's why I felt.
There's the other approach is the derivative approach, but you do the same thing there. Derivative approach yields you this thing. So this is pointless. To do this thing is pointless. Okay, just give me a second and we'll solve it then.
No, ma'am, मैं move forward, ma'am.
I think you should just, you can't actually do it by substituting, finding the value of x from here, because that won't give you the maximum at which, the value of x at which the maximum is attained. That's not the approach you have to follow.
Ma'am, which approach? We don't have to do what?
You don't have to find the roots of this one.
Yeah, that is
That's
fine.
not being asked. And we can try doing it here, but Just give me a second. Okay, I think
Can we just go to the question once? Just once. Yeah, ma'am.
Ma'am, if we don't find the roots, if we are applying minus b by 2a, then we are getting 240 as the answer.
yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's there. We must have made a mistake somewhere then.
Ma'am, when we solve the equation, I think in solving, when we were forming that equation, 1800, that the final equation that we have formed, I guess there is something missing in that. Is it?
Here the question states that if the number of items X, because we don't know what are the number of items are purchased. So if we look at the question, so it is asking if the number of items X is greater than 150, then the cost per item decrease by 10. And for this, the equation is going to be 1800 minus 10 multiplied by
I
X minus
feel it's
150. But
what?
why you take X minus 150? Because we wanted to know the total cost. So it should be X, only X, not X minus 150.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's okay. We've made a blunder here. It should have been X here. Yeah. But then, isn't it the question suggests that it's after, wait, give me a minute. Yeah, right. You're right. So you can just, what we've done here is either but the problem is that if you'll take something negative, no, uh, if you'll take the items to be 140, okay, we can't take that here, right? Negative ones, the below 150 are not permitted. It's for x greater than 150.
We can add those things which are below 150 and then about
Yeah,
this
that's what we did here. Uh, we did this thing here, right? We added this here.
So ma'am, this will be the perfect answer, right? Or the correct one?
But this equation is different from that one. Wait. Yeah, you'll get if you solve this thing, no? I've written it here. It's all that's also fine. If you do x minus 150 here, our problem is that we'll have to add this thing later. Either you do x here, then you'll get the entire thing covering from 1 to 150 and then after that 2. Or you do this thing. So if you solve this thing, you'll get the same thing, right? X minus 150. So you don't get the same thing.
No, ma'am, answer is changed.
It's different, right? But you have to do this.
Ma'am, we have to find a quadratic equation only because I guess.
No, you don't have to find the quadratic equation. You have to do this thing. And then find f minus b by 2a. That will give you the right answer.
Ma'am, I have
Okay.
one doubt in the
Yeah.
equation. We are multiplying x into 1800. That's fine because it's more than 150. The kind of product we have purchased is more than 150. So x into 1800 is there. But then we are again multiplying x into because we have to decrease if it's more than 150. So we have formed the equation minus 10 x minus 150. So why again we are multiplying it by x?
Yeah, that's the problem.
That is
You're
what I am
doing
thinking from the
this.
beginning, ma'am.
Otherwise, you would have done this.
Because again,
Logically, it should be this equation because it's decreasing per item, it decreases this way. So this for the item decreasing after 150 and this for the 150 items taken initially. So it should be this equation, but the solution that's mentioned is as per this equation.
ma'am, can we check the answer? What is the answer according to the book?
It's as per this one. It's 165.
Okay, 165 is the final answer.
Ma'am, can you show the question, please? Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, as per me, I think this should have been the correct approach, but I don't know why it's not, the answer is not correct as per this one. We can just discuss this in some other class, maybe the next one, if that's okay. If we're making a mistake, otherwise this should be the answer, but the answer is uh, given to be something else.
Ma'am, can we do one thing? We can make a function fx such that when x is less than 150, then we are using that 1800 into x, and when is x is greater than 150, then we are giving that thing. Yes, this function, and then we solve this.
This just, the problem here is this just gives you a price per item. And for the quadratic equation, for you to find how many items should the person be buying to maximize profit or to maximize the cost, you should be multiplying it with x. You can't directly solve this thing. This is for x less than equals to 150, and this is for x strictly greater than 150.
Yes, ma'am. 1800 into x. That one for the first
What?
one. Yes, ma'am. 1800 into x. That you didn't write there in the function.
Yeah, but this should be multiplied with 150, and then this should be this entire thing should be multiplied with x minus 150. This should be the thing as per the question.
Ma'am, that means we have to solve by making quadratic equation only.
Yeah. Okay, guys, the answer should be as per this one. So it must be mentioned incorrect in the
Ma'am, the
solution
last
PDF
thing that
link.
you have written, the last column. Just can you go to the last column? Yeah. Is this right, ma'am? I'm asking you, this approach is it in any way like, can we solve it by this approach?
This is not an approach. This is the function. What function is given to us? The price function, price per item function. Before 150 per item, it costs this much, and after 150, it costs this much per item. Okay, if there are no other doubts, then we can end the session. Yeah,
Ma'am, can you send this PDF in the chat?
I can share it with you, and you'll be able to see it on the portal, on your the portal that you have. You'll be able to see it there. Don't worry.
मैम दिस अप्रोच इज मैम गुड मैम x का मल्टीप्लाई होगा उसमें ना कि 150 माइनस x का होगा
Ma'am, according to this
Ma'am, what
function,
is the
second
actual
one,
equation from where we are getting the answer? I'm asking that. What is the actual equation?
This one's the actual equation. This one.
मैम
So if
दिस
the
इज अ
answer is coming from there, so this
Yeah.
really has to be the right.
Yep.
I guess.
मैम एक्चुअली मैम आई मैम
Okay, we're already past 20 minutes. If someone has to say anything important to add to this question, then they can. Otherwise, we can end the session.
ma'am, according to the second function, 1800 minus 10 multiplied by x minus 150, it is
Yeah.
already given for the value of the items greater than 150.
Yep.
Just understand here, it is already mentioned that if the items are greater than 150, so we use this equation, right? If you put x 200, if you put x 180, 152,
Yep.
it is already decreases by 10, right?
Okay.
So this is already the equation we have for the items greater than 150. Now we have to find the maximum. So want to make we have to make it total cost. The total cost would be made by the it multiplied by x. Then we will get the maximum, because this second one is
But you
already
can't multiply this thing with x, no, because uh, After 150 only, this is the applicable cost. Before 150, it's this one. You can't multiply the entire thing with this.
Ma'am, hello?
You have 160, then only the last 10 cost this much. The 150, the previous 150 ones cost this.
Ma'am, when I did like solve the quadratic equation for the roots with x minus 150, I did got x is 165. One of the root was 165.
You must have solved this equation then.
Yeah, I solved the whole equation with x minus 150.
The problem is with the equation only. We can't be we shouldn't be multiplying x with this entire thing.
Oh, I did it with x minus 150.
Ma'am, why not multiply with the price with items?
Because this is only
Yes,
after
ma'am.
150. This is after 150 items. Before 150 items, you don't have this price. So till 150 items, the price is something else.
Ma'am, it is price ना, तो items को multiply करना है ना. 1800 minus 10x minus 10x minus 15, it is a price, and x is an item, तो item कहाँ change होगा ना?
But the item, this price is not for every item, right?
But the question states for the x greater than 150. If we look the question, so it is asking for the items for greater than 150. Initially, it is one up to 150. It is okay, 1800 multiplied by x. But for the
तो
150
प्राइस
plus
चेंज होगा
items,
ना, तो प्राइस चेंज होगा ना, तो प्राइस चेंज होगा बट आइटम थोड़ा चेंज होंगे.
All right, this is
आइटम
x then. Use x here. This should be the correct one. Use this. Forget
भाई
this.
प्राइस पर इफेक्ट पड़ेगा. ऐसा थोड़ा होगा कि आइटम जैसे जैसे हम आइटम खरीदेंगे आइटम भी हम कम कर रहे हैं ना, वो केवल फंक्शन प्राइस का दिया हुआ है.
This is the correct equation to be solved. You have to solve this and find the maximum of this. That's all.
I have one doubt in this. We
Yeah.
are multiplying x by 1800, but why again we are multiplying x by 10 into
This is for x greater than 150. That's it. That's the reason. Before 150, it's considered 1800, but we are considering the items to be greater than that. Considering the items to be greater than 150, and then we're using this thing.
Yes, ma'am, that is fine, but we are already subtracting. Suppose if it is 160, suppose it is 151. So we are already subtracting minus 10. 151 minus 150, so it would be 10. Why again we have to multiply it by x?
इट्स प्राइस एंड वो प्राइस है और वो उसके आइटम्स है ना.
Can we discuss this question in the next class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. If there's nothing else, then we can just end the session here.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
त्रिमूर्ति भाई, त्रिमूर्ति, अरे भाई जिंदा हो गया.
Ma'am, one thing, ma'am. हेलो
मैम, मैम लीव कर दी भाई.